Amara grew up in a small apartment in Brooklyn, where the clatter of subway trains was part of daily life. Her father, a car mechanic, would often say, "Fixing things makes you strong." Amara took those words to heart. She wasn't interested in dolls or dresses, she loved wires, engines, and metal. In high school, she was the only girl in her robotics club. People laughed. Teachers doubted. But she kept building. She earned a scholarship to study civil engineering. While others enjoyed college parties, Amara stayed up modeling train tunnels and bridge supports. After graduation, she joined a large city subway project, one of the few women, and the only black woman. Her ideas were often dismissed, her voice talked over. But when a tunnel plan failed and deadlines loomed, Amara stepped up with a revised design. It worked. Senior engineers who once mocked her now depended on her. She didn't need loud speeches, her skill was her power. Amara became the youngest lead technician on the NYC subway renovation. She now mentors young girls in STEM, reminding them, you don't have to prove your worth by shouting. Just let your work echo louder than words. Small Blue Diamond. Lily grew up in a quiet neighborhood in Cambridge, where success for girls was defined by graceful marriages and stable jobs. But Lily was never drawn to the conventional path. At 14, she borrowed a second-hand laptop and taught herself to code by watching YouTube videos. Her fingers moved faster than her thoughts, and by 16, she had built a time-tracking app for freelancers. Her parents were confused but supportive. However, extended family and society often said, girls from our background don't do startups. But Lily wasn't listening. She won local tech awards, pitched to investors, and spent nights debugging code alone in her room. By 25, she had founded SoftLayer, a mental wellness app for teens that was now used in over 20 countries. Investors were amazed, not just by her product, but by her calm leadership. She refused to act tough like other CEOs. Empathy is my edge, she said at a TEDx talk. Today, she speaks at conferences, funds scholarships for girls in tech, and is often seen mentoring younger women. She turned her softness into a superpower, proving that leadership doesn't have to roar. Sometimes, it whispers, and still moves mountains. Small Blue Diamond. In the heart of Dallas, Texas, Sophia juggled motherhood, bills, and textbooks. At 22, she found herself a single mother, abandoned by her partner, living in a small apartment with peeling walls and big dreams. While her baby slept, Sophia worked night shifts at a roadside diner, serving coffee to truckers and typing legal notes on her phone during breaks. People around her whispered, she won't make it. Even her professors doubted she could keep up. But Sophia carried her law books in a diaper bag, feeding her child and reading case studies with the same focus. Her world was messy, loud, and exhausting, but also full of quiet determination. There were nights she cried on the kitchen floor, and mornings she walked miles to the library because she couldn't afford bus fare. But she never gave up. After 5 years of sacrifice, she stood proudly at her graduation ceremony, her son in the front row, clapping with tiny hands and teary eyes, shouting, "That's my mom." Today, Sophia is a practicing lawyer who fights domestic abuse cases. Her office wall displays a photo of her and her son, next to a quote. Strong women aren't born, they're built, hour by hour, choice by choice. Sophia's life is a living example. Small Blue Diamond. Zara grew up in a strict Pakistani-British household in Manchester, where daughters were expected to become doctors or teachers, not musicians. But Zara's heart beat to melodies. She would hum tunes while washing dishes, scribble lyrics in her biology notebook, and secretly upload covers to YouTube under a fake name. When her parents discovered her passion, a storm erupted at home. "What will people say?" was the common chorus. Still, Zara didn't stop. She saved money from tutoring jobs and bought a used guitar. She performed at local cafes and small street festivals, nervous, but free. Her songs spoke of identity, freedom, and the quiet pain of being unheard. Then, one of her originals went viral on TikTok, a song about feeling invisible. Comments poured in, "This saved me, I feel seen." BBC Radio 1 invited her for a live session. Her parents didn't come. But her younger sister did, holding up a sign, "Zara, we hear you." Now, Zara tours across the UK, singing not just for fame, but for every girl told to stay silent. Her music isn't just sound, it's rebellion, love, and healing wrapped in rhythm. And slowly, even her parents are learning that her voice isn't shame, it's strength. Small Blue Diamond. Emily was a rising star in her corporate firm in downtown Chicago, smart, hardworking, and focused. But when she reported repeated harassment by a senior manager, everything changed. Her complaints were buried. She was labeled emotional, and eventually fired. Alone and angry, Emily fell into a deep depression. But silence didn't suit her. With just a phone and a borrowed mic, she started a podcast from her bedroom, Her Truth. In each episode, she read anonymous letters from women around the world, stories of abuse, workplace bias, and survival. Her voice was calm, but the stories were raw. At first, only a few dozen listened. Then hundreds. Then thousands. Soon, survivors began sending their voices in. Emily gave them space, without judgment, just truth. Within a year, Her Truth hit #1 in the personal growth category on Spotify. Today, Emily trains companies in gender equity, leads seminars on safe workplaces, and runs a nonprofit for women's rights. She turned pain into purpose. On her podcast's homepage, her motto reads, "Your silence may protect them. But your voice, it can save someone." If her story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is Text to Heart, where stories speak to your soul and awaken your spirit.